So first off, I've got a light right now, and it's very subtle because I've got good natural lighting right now, but check out the difference when I flip this thing off. Subtle, but does add a solid little pop to it, right? Boom. So I placed that and it just gives me a little bit better of a setup here. I want to talk about meetings right now. So I like meetings, but I don't like all meetings. But there's one meeting in particular I really like that we run, and it's our OKR meeting. It's a 2-hour meeting where we get all the managers into one room, and we're currently workshopping and we're focused on our objective, which is generating 50 to 100 members over 2 months on this advertising campaign that we're doing. And we've got key results to measure if those things are successful or not successful. In the past, each manager used to have 3 to 5 of their own OKRs. So if we had 3 managers and they each had 3 each, that'd be 9 total OKRs. Going into this current quarter, I said, fuck it. Everybody's only going to focus on one OKR. We got one objective, one priority, and we're going to put all hands on deck and focus on this one because it's going to have the biggest ROI if we actually execute on this. And I would rather be firing on all cylinders and A's across the board on this one thing rather than like B's and C's across, multiple diluted ones. So that was like one really good lesson. And we use this weekly meeting to only focus on this objective or this project. So could be updating, in this case, updating our pipeline. We're looking at our close percentages. We're building out training assets to roll out to Century City. Kumar's going to run point on that one. So we got to make sure that Kumar is one, he knows how to do it. He can teach Tiffany how to do it. We can get Tiffany set up. We can handle the logistics. At the same time that we're setting that up to be successful in come June 1st, Mariana is going to work on beefing out the actual sales accountability aspect. So, hey, do we have a system for the person that's going through and taking these meetings, an accountability system to record the meetings they have? Do they know how to navigate the CRM? Do we know how to find how many closed, how many showed? And then can we stack that up over the week so we can simply come in and see it? Myself, I've got to report to the ad agency, and I've got to be able to say like, okay, at the end of the week, here are our numbers. What's our ad spend? What's our cost per lead? How's that changing week over week? What's our best performing creative? How does that stack up to the weeks previously? And then we've also got this idea of a setter, which we're going to test with Connor, who's going to be remote. We're going to set him up as like a VA and build out the system for setting the appointment. So we get the lead. That doesn't always mean that they book the appointment, or even if they confirm the appointment, that they're actually going to show up. So what's the system in the process that we can build to have somebody setting these appointments, confirming these appointments, and the managers are the ones that are going to be able to show up and just do the closing, right? So it's this whole sort of system, that this holistic process in terms of the sales and marketing side that we're building out. And why I love these meetings is because when you come into them, you got a big thing to accomplish, and you got everybody rowing in the same direction that has really high ROI for the business. The other thing on meetings is the more preparation that you can put in and the more intent that you have going into those things, everybody feels that downstream. So nobody wants to just go into I find status update meetings really boring, but ones where we're getting something done, where we're moving towards something that everybody feels like active and engaged, we're bouncing and ricocheting ideas off of each other, things are actually happening in those rooms. That's a super valuable use of everybody's time in a meeting. But don't do status updates. I find myself sometimes doing some of those things, and those meetings I can feel friction towards, but these ones I can sit in my car, make a video, and just get fired up on it, right? The last piece is that I wasn't totally sure what the agenda of this meeting was going to be. So I was watching YouTube on the way in, and I just thought to myself, you know what? I'm not getting anything out of these YouTubes. I'm just consuming right now. Let me shut this off. Let me sit through a little bit of traffic here just in silence, and let me sort of game plan what we're going to do for this meeting. Writing Post-it notes. I always got Post-it notes, pen and paper. And so I was just writing those down, and that helped me sort of conceptualize of okay, here's how we can do this with the different components of this complicated system. Here's how we can sort of stack and organize this meeting in a way that everybody's going to be able to focus on a certain thing. We're going to have enough group collaboration, and then we're going to break off and you're going to work on your individual pieces, and then we'll reconvene, and we've got everybody focusing on their area, but it's all part of the bigger system. And then when everybody comes back together, we can kind of cross collaborate, and we'll leave this meeting with definitive assets and things that we can use for the upcoming week. And it'll just be that much better. So it's in my head, today's meeting is going to be this really great balance of like teaching, but then also practicality, and then stuff happening in the meeting, but then also setting us up for future success to roll this out to Century City and get more people involved in this process that aren't currently in the sales training right now.